Hello everyone, and welcome back to TradeSmart, where we test and optimize trading strategies. Today's strategy is going to be a crypto scalping strategy on the 6-minute time frame. It took the number 2 spot out of the 10 different strategies we tested so far. First, I will show you the strategy, then I will test it 100 times to see if it's profitable or not, and then I will show you the results. I will also tell a few things about the upcoming content on this channel at the end of the video, so if you are interested in that, stay tuned. Before we get into it, as you can hear, I got a new mic. So if you have any tips or suggestions, share it with me in the comment section. Thank you. And now let's take a look at the strategy. The strategy idea is again from TradePro, but I changed some rules and we are trading on Bitcoin instead of Ethereum. For this strategy, we are going to be using 5 different indicators and we are going to trade on the Bitcoin USDT pair and on the 6-minute time frame. So the 5 indicators: you will need 4 exponential moving averages, you will need the Bollinger Bands %B, you will need the Awesome Oscillator, you will need the average directional index, and the average true range. These are listed down below, as you can see. To get 4 exponential moving averages in one indicator, you will need to go into the Indicators tab and type in 4 EMA lines. And it's going to be the first one. These are my settings. And these are my color settings. For the Bollinger Bands, we are going to change the settings. The overbought is going to be 0.75 and the oversold is going to be 0.25. Click OK. For the Awesome Oscillator, we are going to be changing only the style. I like it with the columns, so you can see it much better. For the ADX, you will need to add a line and type in the coordinates 15. It's going to be look something like this. And the ATR, this ATR is the 3 ATR values in one. So you type in 3 ATR and it's going to be the first one. We are going to change the second ATR multiplier to 2. And I think we are all set. And now let's look at a long example. For a long position, first you will need to see the 50 EMA above the 200. After that, we are looking for the trigger candle. The trigger candle is going to be when the 5 exponential moving average crosses above the 21. As you can see, it's going to be this candle. After you have your trigger candle and the previous condition is met, you will need to look down all the other indicators and see if they agree. So for a long position, you will need to see the Bollinger Bands %B above the 0.75 line, and you will need to have the Awesome Oscillator above the 0 line. And last, you will need to have the ADX above the 15 line. If you have all those conditions, then you can take a long. Now let's see when we have all of those conditions met. On this candle, we have the Bollinger Bands above the 0.75, but we don't have the Awesome Oscillator above the 0 line, so it's not going to be an entry. Let's look at the next candle. On this candle, we have the Bollinger Bands above the 0.75, we have the Awesome Oscillator above the 0 line, and you also have the ADX above the 15. So this is going to be our entry candle. For the risk, you will target 2 times the ATR. 2 times the ATR you can see on the bottom left corner, it's going to be the red value, 128.83. So let's type in that. And you will target 2 times the risk. As you can see, it hit or take profit first, so it's going to be a winner. And now let's look at the short example. For a short example, you need to do exactly the opposite except the ADX. So we are looking for the 50 EMA to be under the 200 EMA. After you have that, you are looking for the trigger candle. Our trigger candle in this case is going to be when the 5 EMA crosses under the 21 EMA. As you can see, it happens on this candle. And this is going to be our trigger candle. After you have your trigger candle, you will need to see the Bollinger Band %B under the 25. You will need to see the Awesome Oscillator going under the 0 line. And you will need to have the ADX above the 15. Now let's see which candle we get all the conditions met. On this candle, as you can see, we don't have the Bollinger Bands under the 0.25 line. So let's look at the next candle. On this candle, we have the Bollinger Bands under the 25. We have the Awesome Oscillator under the 0 line. And we also have the ADX above the 15. So it's going to be a valid entry. Now let's target the 2 times ATR, which you can see on the bottom left corner. It's going to be the red value 129.39. So let's type in that. And we are going to target 2 times the risk. As you can see, we hit our take profit, so this is going to be a winner. And with that said, let's see the 100 backtests. Quick note for the backtests: you will see a lot of small text popping up at different places. Those are just me brainstorming about how to optimize the strategy and different ideas I haven't tried yet. So if you're interested about that, just slow down the video and you will see all of it. And the results are in. After 100 trades on the Bitcoin USDT pair on the 6-minute time frame with a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, we gained 14% on the account. We had 38 winners and 62 losses. Time took to complete the 100 trades is only 31 days. So that's a huge thing. I really like this strategy. It has similarities with our best one so far, but with more indicators. These indicators can be used to optimize the strategy, so I decided that this will be the first one which I will optimize in much more detail on this channel. This way you can see how I optimize the strategy from start to finish. From now on, you will see 2 different playlists. One will be the strategy backtests and one will be the strategy optimization playlist. And with that said, let's see the account balance graph. As you can see, we had a steady climb from the start until we reached 25% gain on the account. From that point, we started going downhill. This also shows that this strategy has potential in it, but it needs to be optimized. Now, if we take a look at the modified risk-taking account balance graph, you can see we have even worse results. So I wouldn't use this strategy with the modified risk-taking method. And finally, let's see where this strategy is placed in our ranking table. In this Excel sheet, the strategies are sorted by the profit factor, not by the gain on the account, because we have to take into consideration that how long does it take to reach the given gain on the account. The profit factor basically shows the daily percentage gain for every strategy, giving us a fair way to compare them. You can find this Excel sheet in the description down below. To sum up the video, let me tell you about the future of the channel. From now on, I will keep posting new strategy backtests, plus I will show you how to optimize a strategy from start to finish to see if it's good enough for live trading. We also started coding our first trading bot/alert indicator, which we plan to release for free when we reached 1000 subscribers. If it sounds good, don't forget to drop a like to help out the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you won't miss any future testing videos. As always, thank you for watching, have a great day and see you in the next video.